Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you. What's up? You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on what is an absolute fabulous Wednesday. But you know what Saturday is? Saturday is the third Saturday in October. We got a massive SEC matchup between the Tennessee Volunteers as they head to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And Jonathan, these offenses are great. These are two top 10 offenses in the college or the sport of college football. I think the most important question going into this football game is, how do these defenses stack up? How do these defenses stack up in this ball game against what is set to be two elite offenses, right? And two quarterbacks that are playing at a really, really high level. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at this Tennessee defense, which I think has changed a lot philosophically. And we're going to take a look at this Alabama defense that is playing really, really good on third downs, particularly in second halves of football games right now. We're going to start with the Tennessee Vols. Jonathan, in that football game against Georgia, they died a quick death in man-to-man defense, right? They have played a ton of zone coverage since then, all right? We talked about Tim Banks needing kind of a philosophical change, an identity change. He's done exactly that. They did give up 34 points, or however many points it was, to Arkansas. I think it was 34 points, right? They gave up 5 scoring drives, all right? But on those 5 scoring drives, all 5 of them were 9+ plays. 4 of them were 11-play drives. They are making teams earn it. They are making teams walk it. The key is getting off the field on third down. We'll talk more and more throughout the film study of why I like this philosophy from Tennessee, because I think they got good box players and not so great second and third level players. Allow those box players enough plays, enough opportunities to create a negative, right? That's what they did against Arkansas, forced several fumbles due to doing so, created sacks, created negatives, all right? Let's do this. All right, got a couple rules around here. If you learned anything about the game of football, you must subscribe. If you learned anything about your favorite football team, you must subscribe. If you have any fun at all today, you must subscribe. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. Jonathan, these film study cold intros are always fun because you never know what's going to be said. You never know what's going to happen because they're completely unscripted, unlike most of what we do around here. Most of what we do around here, we spend meticulous amounts of time preparing, right? We take meticulous notes because preparing to fail, or failing to prepare is preparing to fail. How about that? Here, let's go. Let's get after it. Let's grind some tape. Hey, look, here it is. They motion to empty right here, does Arkansas. Okay, you're going to get this weekend, by the way, so just go ahead and prepare. Alabama does a lot of this at the line of scrimmage. You're going to get a lot of scatter, as we say around here. So how did they respond? They scatter and play a bunch of zone themselves out here and force a check down from Taylor Green, or what would have been a check down right here from Taylor Green. He gets a rub late. This is his hot answer, but it gets kind of rubbed right there by the linebacker. I think that's actually the edge rusher. They got a simulated pressure. They drop Josephs, I believe that is, and they fire the nickel right here and ultimately get a pressure. They can create a negative right off the start of the football game. Okay? Take a look at it from the tight. You'll see Joseph's drop right there. You'll see the nickel add in. I think it's a very suspect pocket movement, to be honest with you, Jonathan. I know we're not here to coach up Taylor Green all that much. We're here to talk about defense, but I don't know why we're floating into pressures right now. We can move back a little bit and find our answer right here on 1st and 10 instead of starting the football game with a sack. All right, but instead, it's 2nd and 13 right here on the second play of the football game, and we're going to take a look at 2 football players right here, and all it really requires in the SEC to run the football successfully, all it requires in football generally to run the ball successfully is to dominate one double team, right? Get movement on one double team right here. I'll take a look at it. They motion one of the backs out of the backfield. They're going to run zone this way, and if we move this D tackle at a really, really high rate and we put him into the lap of the linebacker, number 7, Arian Carter right there, we got a lot of success. Now, Jonathan, we talk about stacking gaps and stacking alignments a lot and stacking fits a lot on this network. I think this is more to do with the back doing a great job pressing the feet of the combination, right? Really burying himself deep behind the back of those offensive linemen to be hidden from Arian Carter's viewpoint, right? And now it's about getting into the open field, right? It's about getting into the open field. I don't want to get bogged down. We got a lot to talk about today. I had another coaching point there, but we got plenty for him today in this video. Here's the deal about playing zones, right? If the quarterback, like Ty Simpson is really, really dialed, he's gonna find an answer. The goal is to make that answer as tight in that window, as tight as humanly possible, and hope that we dislodge a football, right? Hopefully create a negative like we're going to talk about today. This is a prime example, okay? They're playing zone again right here, as they will this entire study apart from one snap, okay? But number 13, let's talk to you. You're a young player in terms of experience, right? Really getting our first opportunity this year to play. I love our eyes right now. Jonathan, you see how we got eyes on number 2 in our drop? We got a hook curl drop. We're going to ultimately settle right about here. But my thing and my question and my coaching point for 13 is, as we have eyes on or through number 2, can we put eyes on 1? You know what I mean? We have eyes. We have an ability to see through them both right now, right, Jonathan? We have our eyes on number 2, but we can see number 1 working towards us right now. Everything about his body language says he is working towards us. So right now, as we come to our settle position, we probably need to keep working towards number 1 that we saw working towards us, right? But we're a young player, we probably locked our eyes on number 2. No. We need to get into our drop and lock our eyes on whatever's coming towards us, and then close space, right? All these threats over here, first and foremost, they're going to work out, all right? They're not going to work towards our zone right about now. We don't know that, but it's a short yardage situation right here on 3rd and 6. We got to get off the field, okay? They ultimately pick up the first down, I believe, on a 4th and 1 right here with a quarterback sneak. All right, you're not stopping quarterback run game on short yardage. We know this. All right, we got to deny that football and make that a lot tighter of a window right there on 3rd down in order to get off the field. Okay? How about King Right Trey, Jonathan? King Right Trey. Let's talk about it. Trey, we've got the tight end attached, right? He's actually in an H, but he's a Y. We're going to call him a Y today. He's a big boy. Hey, how about a little fullback? Now, why is it called King, Jonathan? Why is it called King? Well, it would be normally in the I. I forget what we call it in the I. Our college offense, we actually had a fullback back in the day. But King is strength, right? King is to the strength of the formation. We're going to motion the Y over here, and we're going to put him over there. If we put him in the weak side of the formation, Jonathan, what would it be called? Hey, that a boy, football's simple like that. You know, it's Lucky, it's Ringo. You know, it's left, it's right. It's all that good stuff. Fullback downhill. I think some of these misfits, and I was talking about this on Tennessee radio this week, or just now, I think some of these misfits were a lot of Bobby Petrino's in his bag, all right, and finally in his bag. Jonathan, I don't know much about Bobby personally, just from what I know, all right? But you think Bobby Petrino might have been one of these guys that was sandbagging against a team like Notre Dame, and then the first time he has an opportunity to be a head coach might come out and, throw the kitchen sink?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him neither. Now, I ain't been grinding a lot of Arkansas offensive tape. I've been watching every Saturday when I get a chance on TV like the rest of us, and I've been box score scouting it like the rest of us. But, I mean, hopping in Trey King Wright, or Trey Wright King, and running fullback ISO, that's a little bit different. A little bit different. Now, I think we get away with 2 holds, but that's beside the point. I think the referee's back there having a schizophrenic panic too, seeing fullbacks downhill. He don't know what to do. Hey, some pretty good athletes on this Arkansas offensive line. Pretty good athletes. They running pin and pull right here, and they gonna gas your butt. I really do. Okay, let's talk first and foremost. When has the first free defender got a chance at him? Right here? Right here. Okay. This is when the first free defender has a chance to close space and make a tackle. He's at the 42, Jonathan. Is that right? Oh, no, excuse me. He's at the 38. Okay, let's see when he gets tackled. The 13, 25 yards. That's my biggest fear. That's my biggest fear going into this football game. Now, I wouldn't put Jam Miller in this category of like super freak in terms of open field one-on-ones. I don't think of that. I think Jam Miller is tough, as well-rounded as 8 yards, right? I don't think of Jam Miller as a 70-yard explosive guy, all right? But, I mean, we can't be allowing 25 yards. And by the way, did the D tackle run us down? I think Tyree West runs us down. He does. It's the damn D tackle. So, like, we got problems in terms of DB efficiency and getting guys on the ground, in my opinion. And we're going to show you a lot of this today. We got bad angles. We got bad ability to shed blocks. All right, we can't get off blocks. We can't turn balls back in. We can't get guys on the ground. Great effort, 42. This is a touchdown if 42 shuts it off like most D tackles do. Okay? I mean, like most D tackles do. This is the difference right here, guys. Watch 20 and watch 42. Watch these two football players. And 20's a great ball player. He stays on the field for those guys. He's played hurt right now. All right? But there's the difference right there. One guy's out of the gas. One guy's in it. I shouldn't single out the bad. It's just show the good. My bad, 20. You're a great player. But here's the deal. When we get down here, right? When we get down here, we got to get off the field and we got to finish. Because I'm telling you, I do like the possession of, or the theory of make them walk it on us. All right, let's not be out here just living man-to-man, allowing explosives. Don't let Georgia come into our house and score 44 points. We can't be doing that, right? This is a much better performance for me, and we're showing you the quote-unquote bad drives, right, where they're walking the football. All right, we ain't showing you the times where they get sacks and create fumbles. We're going to show you some of that here in just a second. This is the opening script, and they make them walk it. All right, but down here we got to have better run fits and better eye discipline on the quarterback run game. We know in the green territory, in the red zone, quarterback run game is going to get dusted off. Everybody's doing it. Okay, even guys that don't have as great of an athlete as Taylor Green. Where is our eye discipline 7? Okay, in my opinion, having watched as much football as I have on this channel, this guy is responsible for outside run fit. This guy is responsible for whatever happens there to scrape and fit. All right? Also, why does it take 9 days for the safety to arrive? I mean, the safety does not move. The safety does not come downhill. The safety does not close ground until right now. And he's already out leveraged. All right. But this is why I like this, right? This is why I like this theory, okay? They just picked up a first down off of 2 little dink and dunks, check downs into dead areas against the zone, right? But you have great players, I think, down here. I don't know about these guys, right? I think Colton Hood's pretty good. But I don't know about the rest of these guys, right? I definitely don't know about them in one-on-ones. Even Colton Hood's going to get picked on a little bit here in a one-on-one. But here's the deal, right? These guys down here, they're really, really good. I think they are. So let's give them 12 plays to make a havoc play. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them 12 plays to win their one-on-one and create a negative, like this right here. I'm getting all the edge rushers nowadays. Is Jordan Ross number 29, Jonathan?
I think.
Okay. 5-star prospect for them, top 100 football player. Guess what? Ball out. Ball out right now. Sack fumble. Okay? If I leave these guys on the field for 11 to 12 snaps, they are bound to make a play. I believe that wholeheartedly. Don't you, Jonathan? Mm-hmm. I believe if I leave Boo Carter on the field for 12 snaps, 7 of them are pass plays, he's bound to get a PBU. He's bound to make a play on the ball. I feel that way about Colton Hood. Somebody else has got to step up, though, in the pass department. But in this run game, in this sack department, you give them 12 snaps, one of them's going to get one. I feel that in my heart of hearts as a football analyst. But we're just not great right now in these run fits. We're really not great right now in these run fits. I mean, my Lord. The old adage of you could drive a school bus through that. Mm-hmm. You could drive a school bus through that. This appears, Jonathan, this overhand swipe avoidance, this appears to me to be something that they teach. Okay. Now, we watch a lot of Georgia football, obviously. They don't teach this stuff. At least they time it differently. Like, for example, he is way too close to that wide open gap to be making that gap wider by avoiding this outside, okay? And look, these guys aren't huge. I think T-Lander's probably 230. Okay, he's not 245 like Dante Hightower was, is what I mean when I'm saying he's not huge. Okay, back in the day, you fit. Like you ran through guards. You weren't running around guards. I needed you to run through the face of 330-pound guards. I need to sit in more linebacker rooms to know how they're teaching this stuff. Because look, they're obviously teaching him to run through the face. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But this block avoidance in the hole, to me, we can't be doing that stuff. But here's the other problem. It's compounding, right? Where's we make contact, Jonathan, at the 40 or the 35. We make contact right here. We get tackled finally here. Get him on the ground and get off the field. You're going to have a lot of these on Saturday. You're going to have a lot of these moving forward playing this style of defense. You got to get off the field, right? You got to execute, make the windows tight, and get the hell up off the field, make a play on the ball, right? Make a play on the ball. They're going to simulate a lot of pressure and play cover 3 behind it, Jonathan. Boom. It's actually, is that cover 3? I think it's actually cover 4. They rush 4 and play cover 4 behind it, and he finds the right window. But guess what? I think y'all make a play on the ball and dislodge it, incomplete football, punt the football. No, I think this is caught. Let me see. It is caught. All right, now let's coach up the corner. I love that we're prioritizing the tackle as a young football player. All right, making sure we're not giving up too much after the catch. All right, but let's play the ball and the man. You know what I mean? At the top of this break, Jonathan. All right, we got that out right. Here it goes. We're breaking down, doing a really, really good job of covering this smash concept, right? They're running the corner and this out right here in front of us into our zone concept, okay? Now, as we drive down on this football, punch that thing out. Don't just tackle the body, all right? Punch that thing out. I think he just gives them a shoulder is what it looked like to me. But, dude, if they do that 6 times in a row and score, tip that cap. Because I highly doubt they do it, to 40 points worth? Like, they're not going to do that, I don't think. But they might if you line up and play all that bump and run. This is the stuff you're going to have to live with, though, and you're going to see it Saturday. Like, if Taylor Green's doing it, I can promise you, Ty Simpson's going to do it. They got a cover 3 right here, Jonathan. Bunch of hook curl defenders right here. He opens up to the field 3 steps, comes right back, and he's already triggering into this window, right? Look, he knows this hook defender is going to drive to the flat, and he knows he's got deep thirds, and now he's got to drive down on what is a slant, right? So we have a window naturally right here, and bang, Taylor Green's on time and there. Now, hey, Colton Hood, great job. Go dislodge that football. Great job driving down. Like, you're not even really supposed to be that close, right? Because you got deep thirds right here. But, man, make a play. Dislodge that ball. We got to have it. Especially this weekend. I mean, you can't throw and read that coverage and ball better than that right there from Taylor Green. You can't tell me, Jonathan, how many yards he throw for against Notre Dame? There's a bunch of garbage yardage in the second half. But you can't tell me Marcel Reed goes out there and puts 42 points up on them on the road, and Taylor Green and Arkansas can't unless the coordinator was sandbagging. Again, back to the strategy of this, right? 1st and 10 right now. It's a rundown, okay? You're going to get a lot of these in this strategy of zone defense, make them walk it, right? And here we go. This is a prime example of it. This is an individual excellent rep from these 2 defensive tackles. They reset the line of scrimmage, jack those 2 offensive guards up. Everybody crowds and rallies to the football. Boom. Now it's 2nd and 10. That's an inefficient down. All right, we might have a chance to get up off the field now, right? But We got young football players that I don't think know 100% of the time their rules and responsibilities, like Boo Carter. I love Boo Carter, but here's the deal. We have no threats working towards us right now, right? Nothing near us or around us. We need to expand. We need to expand. These two guys are playing deep halves right now, okay? I think they got, half, quarter? What do they call that? Quarter, half in college football? All right, we have to expand out there, Boo. We sit there flat-footed at the hash for how many clicks? 1, 2, 3, and then we finally drive out? Got to expand to make these windows tighter, as tight as possible. But, hey, another first down, right? Trust those big boys. Trust those big boys to get us off the field down here, right? Trust those big boys down there to make a play, right? And just tackle the guys in bounds to get down here and allow us to create a negative. Because these guys, I told you, they're really, really good. All of them. They're all playing really good ball. 31, 20, 51, 42 is playing career high ball, in my opinion. 29 coming on strong as a young football player. 19, a great football player, right? Y'all got great box players. Give them enough opportunities to get down there and win. They don't need extra help. Y'all don't need to be blitzing. Y'all don't need to be adding in all this nonsense. Hell, you need to be rushing less and helping out young players in the back end. Get off the field and win a moment. This is 3rd and 4 right here. Get off the field. Great job, Colton Hood. Get off the field and win a moment. That's what this defensive strategy is all about. This is one of their great possessions where they ultimately force Arkansas to settle for a field goal. The other 6 possessions that we didn't even show you, again, guys, don't panic if you're a Tennessee fan watching this. We're showing you the worst of the worst. And all it was them making a 9, 10, 12, 11 play drive. Jonathan, what's our timestamp right now? We got a whole nother defense to watch.
Approaching 22.
All right, we're approaching 22 minutes. All right, let me make sure on these show notes there's nothing absolutely paramount we have to hit. Oh, I know what it is. Let's go to play 24. Because let's really pound home the point. You watch it as a fan, and you watch your football team get walked. And you're like, man, we need to heat this guy up, right? We need to pressure this guy. We need to start playing some man-to-man, maybe. We need to play more aggressive. Well, here's the deal. They hop in man-to-man the very next possession after 2 scoring drives, right? Where Arkansas kind of walks the ball on them. And 3-step, 1 hitch, ball out, 30-yard chunk on your head top. That's why. I would rather die a slow death than a quick one. Amen? Mm-hmm. So defensively, as a fan, sit there on the edge of that seat, and on 3rd and 6, man, get your butt up off the field. We're going to show you a defense right now that's getting their butt up off the field, doing exactly what we're talking about, making you walk it, making you earn it, and then on 3rd and 9, getting up off the field. Let's take a look at this Alabama defense, Jonathan. Hey, we'll take a quick minute to give a shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. What a great time to be here on this network this year, but also a great time to be with our friends over at Sleeper. Go over to Sleeper today, the #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper Picks is a real money product that connects friends over picks. Choose 2 to 8 of your favorite players from pregame, live, or even across different sports. Pick more than or less than the predicted stats. It's that simple. On Sleeper, you can get up to 100x payouts, share with your friends, and get rewarded today. Use promo code Brooks, as you see on the screen, on Sleeper and get 100% deposit match up to $100. Again, that's sleeper.com/promo/Brooks. Terms and conditions apply. Boys, as you know, we're about 28 minutes at the time of this ad read from the kickoff of NFL Sunday. So go ahead, run over to Sleeper right now. I'll give you permission to leave the stream actively. Go over to Sleeper, get a play in right quick, and get paid. We appreciate those folks over there at Sleeper. Again, that's promo code Brooks over there on Sleeper. Guy in the middle of this. Anyways. All right, here we go. Start with Alabama's defense. Starting in the second half of this Missouri football game, thought they did a bunch of good things to get up off the field, right? And help their offense maintain possessions, right? 3rd down efficiency is a lot of the theme of this study today. Here's an example, or not necessarily an example right here, but here's their first possession of the second half, right? They get the ball a short field because of the Ty Simpson strip sack. All right, and I think they're fitting run fits a lot better. Jonathan, I'm going to need some help on some roster here from Alabama. I need to know the name of number 42 because he's the replacement for Quay Rousseau, in my opinion, and he is playing great football, and I don't want to be calling him my man 42 all day because he's going to be a feature of this study. Speaking of which, my eyes are on him right now. I just don't know why our tight end's butt is to this area, allowing this, like, we're vulnerable to this portion of our body right now with the way we aligned ourselves. And the purpose and concept of the play is to get outside. You all see what I'm talking about? The tight end has put his body in a position to where this guy is most likely going to win this way, and that's where the concept's going. I don't understand what we're doing there. What's up on 42?
Yanze Pierre.
Yanze Pierre. Where's he from? Guys playing ball.
Eufaula.
Alabama? Mm-hmm. Should have known. Okay, I don't look. There's a lot of states that get associated with certain talents. I associate the state of Alabama with big, thick, physical defensive linemen. That's what I associate that state with. I'm sure they have great other players, but Auburn and Alabama will always stuff you in the run game. They will always have great defensive line prospects in that entire state, in my opinion. That's what the high school football product presents. I think we get hey, it's fit right. That's all that matters. It's fit right. We got eye discipline. Now it's about winning you one-on-one, and Bray Hubbard doesn't do that right here. But don't you worry, 18. You're going to get your get back. You're going to get multiple get backs, and you're going to get them back really, really quickly as well in this football game. Process, not results, right, Jonathan? Mm-hmm. We're a process, not results program around here. The process is correct. We fit everything right. We fit the run game right with the traditional running back. We fit the tight end out here. We spilled this back into our teammates. We have the free hat and the responsibilities. It's about executing at the end of the day, and we don't right here, and that's okay. We're going to the rest of the football game. Jonathan, I think the most special nose tackle in the run game, I shouldn't say the most special. 96 is a great player. 22 is a great player, okay? Tim Keenan and LT Overton. Let's watch 96 first. He's going to basically account for all three of these offensive linemen, all right? He's going to beat the guard with recognizing its outside zone right now and an overhand swipe. That guard's already beat, all right? We're going to lose him play side. Then the tackle is going to have to, he's going to lose the center, all right, with an overhand swipe right now. Now the guard is going to have to turn back and peel back for him. And because of the stuff that he's done to the center, he's going to trip up the backside left guard. Like, there are so many bodies that have to get dedicated, okay, to a nose tackle that is Tim Keenan. All right, it lets linebackers run free, right? Other thing I want y'all to notice, this is I call this the Aaron Donald technique. You ever seen that video, Jonathan, of Aaron Donald grabbing that young rookie by the neck in pregame and kind of like stabbing him like that? All right, that's the same thing going on right here for LT Overton. It's a set the edge drill, right? We're getting stretch at us. It's a set the edge drill. That's it. That's what it looks like right there. There is no way that right tackle is going to continue to move you. All right, we're always going to turn that play back in. 22 is a great ball player. Always has been. I thought he would have been the number one player in America in 2023 if he didn't reclass into 2022 and get into that A&M class. He would have been the number one player in America. And I think people would talk about him as a top 5 pick if they would have remembered that about him. Here's get back number 1. This is the best hook curl rep I've seen in a fat minute on cover 3. They're in cover 3 100%, okay? Which means, I'm all over the place. Which means, all right, he's got deep thirds, he's got deep thirds, he's got deep thirds. All these guys are hook curl players. But if you didn't know any better, you'd think this was a man-to-man snap from Bray Hubbard. You know why? Because it's 3rd and 6, and he understands the situation, right? He squeezes on the most immediate and now threat, right? The first read in the progression. It's why stick. He jumps right on it. He feels it right now, prior to the snap, jumps on it, dislodges the football. He's playing great ball. He's playing really, really great ball right now. Been playing great ball since Florida State, honestly. It makes me wonder if he was injured. I think run defense, Jonathan, is about attitude and effort. I think football a lot of the time is about attitude and effort, but run defense particularly is about are you more physical than the man in front of you? Are you going to play harder today than the guy in front of you? Are you going to bring the shit, right? Are you going to bring it to him? I think 42 and 18 are an epitome of this right here. Now, this is a 5-yard gain because Ahmad Hardy's nuts, all right? Ahmad Hardy is nuts. But the reason this play does not work, we're running stretch zone to the boundary right now, is because 42 brought that crap to that left tackle, and Bray Hubbard is bringing it right now to the guy blocking him. Now, Ahmad Hardy, like I said, is great, I can't believe people looked at the box score. Looked at the box score and was like, damn, Ahmad Hardy, a mid-major demon. Nah, dude, he had plays in this football game where it was still like, shit, we got to tackle 29. We can't get the guy on the ground because they did everything they could right here. Look at that head snap on this left tackle. Great run defense right about now out there at Alabama. You know who else is playing great ball? Number 10. Number 10, Justin Jefferson's playing the type of ball I thought he was going to play. Okay? Got to get your cleats in the ground. This is a theme that I see with a lot of defenses, but particularly Bama. I mean, we've watched them, 5 times this year? I feel like 4 or 5 different games. And every coordinator thinks they can get them with this. They think they can get them, hey, we just had a first down, get back on the ball, line up, hit them in the mouth again. They're going to be slow to react, slow to line up. But they still got great players. Like, I don't even know who number 90 is right here. Jonathan, look him up. But they got great players. So even when their cleats aren't in the ground, they just have individual efforts that account for it. Like, they're so out of line right now, so misaligned, so in trouble right now. And number 90 is just going to run through the face of the left guard, the center right here, number 56. Or the left guard. What's up?
London Simmons, a true freshman.
London Simmons. Where's he from?
Flowood, Mississippi.
Yeah, and London Simmons, like I said, just running through the face of a left guard and making a TFL. Whew. Get back number 2 right here. And guess what? Hey, down distance formation personnel. This game will be won on 3rd down. For Tennessee offensively, it will be won on 2nd down. We're getting into explosives, getting into 2nd and 2, but you got to be able to run the ball to do so. But on this 3rd down situation, they've been getting guys up off the field. All right, can you do the same? That's the question, and this is a prime example of it right here. Okay? This is get back number 1. I have no idea what Beau Pribula is doing. None. Now, what I do think it is, all right, they're doing such a great job in this back end of disguising coverages, right? There's no telling where Bray Hubbard is going to play. Sometimes he plays down in the box. There's some reps in 2 minutes I'm going to show you here in a minute where he's a Tampa 2 linebacker, basically. And right here, he is going to bail at the snap to get to this deep half on this side of the short boundary. So, like, there is a lot of disguised – we got to get a new cable. There's a lot of disguised coverages from this Alabama defensive unit right about now. I don't know how much of this you can do against a team that plays with as much pace as Tennessee does, though, Jonathan. You know, how we got to get lined up and play the snap. There's not going to be a lot of check with me. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities to rock and roll and stuff like that. But I think stuff like this might be able to this might be a built-in call. You know what I mean? We see this, we disguise this. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to be installing these things. But that's get back number 1. Have no idea what the quarterback's doing. Get back number 2, actually. I think he thinks the guy's going to hook up because he thinks he's got cover 3. He don't. You know what I mean? He thought maybe this is going to happen to him, and so that means we have this now, but that's not the case. And the wide receiver sees that. He knows he's got to run through the mid-hole. I have no idea. I want you to watch 42 right here. Pierre, is that his name? Mm-hmm. Tell me what he sees. That's an elite trigger, brother. That's about as good as it gets with regards to reading guard flow and recognizing where I need to be. That's what he's got his eyes on. You see that? Mm-hmm. My eyes are dialed right now. I see, no. I don't care if he wants to give me that action. You've got power pass coming at me right now. I need to get downhill and beat this guard. That's exactly what he does. And guess what? LT Overton wins the 2nd snap for him. Don't get a penalty, though. Don't be holding face masks. Another rep. They're doing a great job. I circled the whole defense. They're doing a great job of disguising and rocking and rolling coverages. They give it up a little bit here pre-snap, all right? They think they're playing cover 3. They are not. They're playing a split field read, right? He goes over deep. They play mid-hole bracket here, underneath defenders down here. Probably because it's FIB, isn't it? Kind of is. They got 3 weapons over here and really 2 over here to the field. When I see this, downset hut, look to my primary read, click back off, hold the ball, don't know what I'm really seeing. I feel as if the quarterback has been lied to pre-snap. That's always my feeling when this type of stuff happens. I will say this, Joey better know where the checkdowns are if they are able to disguise this type of stuff, right? If they are able to disguise what the defense that they're ultimately playing in the back end, you better have your hots and your checkdowns readily available. And then, I play a bunch of zones so far through the film study. Then they throw a rep of man at you, just like out of nowhere. I think this is a 1st and 10. Oh, no, it's a 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, they throw a rep of man at you right now. Literally, like out of nowhere. I'd been playing zone coverage the whole football game, or the whole study for me. And then we rushed the quarterback off the spot. And I think 10's playing, like I said, great ball. Right? This is Justin Jefferson. He sees the back, check out late. And this ain't just any ordinary back. I think this is Ahmad Hardy, or is this number 20 that he sticks out there? But anyways, gets the guy down on the ground on 3rd and 11. They get up off the field. That's 20. That's the backup. The discombobulated rush, but 22, man. Oh, look at him shuck this right tackle, Jonathan. That's what power in the hands looks like. That's what power in the hands looks like right there. Just putting them in the lap. Now, I really, really liked this defense that they started playing. I think it's in 2 minutes. Yeah. All right, so they're down 10 with the ball left with 3 minutes, okay? I think they should play this a lot more. I really like this. I think this makes this guy really, really comfortable. This is Bray Hubbard, okay? They put him in this middle of this defense, all right, and kind of play like a deep prevent 3. You know what I mean? We got 3 deep. We got these guys in hook curls. We're rushing 4. We got really 4 mid-level defenders, 3 high-level defenders. And the middle of the field gets taken away by Bray Hubbard. I think he picks this football off the next time he gets a rep in this type of situation. Look at his eyes. He's just hunting and floating in the middle of the field. And I think that makes him the most dangerous. I love this new trend. It's almost a trend, Jonathan, in college football. See a lot of like invert Tampa, where we put like our best player 7 to 8 yards off the ball and just let him float free in the middle of the field. That's where a lot of offenses, particularly in the RPO game, are working, right? Slants from number 2 wide receiver, trying to get some screen game going on. Just put your best player right there 7 yards from the ball and just let him hunt. Just let him float around and hunt. I really like this. They're doing it out of, like I said, more of a prevent 3 look right here. I think the next time in that exact situation, Bray Hubbard might end up with an interception. Same exact look right here. He drives down immediately and makes a big stick on Ahmad Hardy. I mean, he hits this like a Mike linebacker. He hits this like he'd been seeing this his entire life. I think they need to, and rips at the ball late. Did you see that? Dialed. I think he's much better doing this than some of the, turning and running stuff. He's a downhill football player. I want to put him in as many situations as I humanly possibly can where he's downhill and hunting. I think this is one of those. Now, I didn't realize that Pribs had game like this. Did you, Jonathan? Did you know that Bo Pribula could outrun a 4'6" football player? You'd say Bray Hubbard's a 4'6" football player, wouldn't you? I would. I don't think we're going to be turning and burning a 4.4 at the combine. Some chunk yardage late. I think this is garbage time yardage, honestly. They're in prevent 3 as a defense. They really only took like 20 snaps in the second half because they were so great on 3rd down and they were so elite on 3rd down on offense. Now they change it up a little bit, right? Get the linebackers back on the field. They get out. Good Lord. They get out of dime. Okay, they get out of dime. They were playing 6 DBs when they had Bray Hubbard in at that spot, Jonathan. Now they're in nickel, okay, meaning Bray Hubbard's going to have to play one of these deep thirds, okay? This is what we call a dead area check down, right? We have forced the football into the dead area. The hot areas where we don't want the footballs up here in prevent 3, right? We definitely don't want the football in the mid-level where we're creating or putting a lot of bodies and dedicating a lot of bodies. If they check the ball down here into the dead area, that's all good and fine and dandy, baby. That's what we want. What are these mechanics? Look at our dead feet, Jonathan. Look at just trusting our arm to make us right, because it does in the offseason. We do fun stuff in warm-ups. Then we come out there, and it costs us. All right, now, they do finally play some man-to-man coverage here, and they get beat in a one-on-one. The more and more I study film in college football, the more I'm just like, you would never play man-to-man coverage. If I were a head coach and you were my defensive coordinator, if you came in and you were like, I'm a cover one robber guy that likes to send a lot of simulated pressures, I'm like, out my door right now. Give me the next guy. He better be a savant in zone coverage and zone pressures, because I just think it's way too easy. I think it's way too easy on quarterbacks to just say, oh, I'm going to throw it up and hope my guy gets it. And when we do that, those are 50-yard chunk plays, and those are not easy plays for defensive backs to make, like this right here. I don't feel as if we're in a compromised position in terms of coverage. I feel like we're doing our job. I feel like I'm doing everything that it is that I'm supposed to be taught and supposed to be coached. And we're going to get beat. And at the post-game press conference, every coach, every single time, says this of the player to defend him. We got to win on one-on-ones, and sometimes we get beat. That's life. I mean, it is life, coach, but we just gave up a 45-yard chunk, and right now life sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I would be so against just playing it, like, especially making it a philosophy. I get it if, like, it's our last resort, we have to have it in the bag, or maybe we're the only player or the team in the country that's got 5 Darrelle Revises. If that's the case, be out there playing bump and run, but I just don't see it as a winnable option anymore in college football, a consistent winnable option. Every time, hell, the two defenses we've studied today, the only time they've really given up explosives is either to a scramble to the quarterback or a one-on-one like that. Like that, man, as a corner, I did everything. I got beat by a ball? Agree or disagree, Jonathan? What's your philosophy?
Yeah, the more and more we watch of it, more susceptible in those.
More susceptible to explosives, yeah, for sure. You know who's playing great ball? 10. 10's playing great ball. All right, if we don't make this tackle, look how much grass is behind us. Okay? And that's Ahmad Hardy again, I think. No, that's number 20. We're going to put that sucker on the ground every time. All right, I am cooked. I am cooked on this cord, Jonathan. We have grinded way too much tape, and we've shorted the cord. We absolutely shorted the cord. And you know what? We got a whole other film study to do today. Yeah. We're in trouble. Oh, look. I got fun mechanics. Ice baths and ibuprofen, Jonathan. Ice baths and ibuprofen. Aish. Aish. Look at 18 right here. Look at 18. I mean, my Lord. My Lordy, son. Also, you have an option in the flat right there, Cribs. Like you can play hot if you just want to play quarterback today. You know, like, you want to play quarterback today. There's a hot option there for you on 3rd and 8. But yeah, I like you competing down beyond the sticks. That's fine. But he probably picks up a first down. It's been a tough year for Damani Jackson. Again, they like seldomly played man-to-man coverage in this game, but like 40-yard chunk right there. Should I show this catastrophic wedding of a down of the leg, or should I just move on? Let's watch it. Yeah, This is painstaking. All right, this is painstaking for me, for anybody. I mean, what's the situation here? They got 52 seconds left. They got to get in field goal range to tie the football game. Let's see what the quarterback does right here. I'm going to just show it to you from the tight. Just run ourselves into coverage. Try to check the ball down. Throw it 6 yards in front of his face. Now it's second down. What do we got going on here? All right, we work back to the comeback over there. We actually have grass. Damani's beat again. Let's see what we do. We throw it 4 yards out of bounds. Throw it 4 yards out of bounds. Click over. We got the guy, and my God, 4 yards out of bounds. Hey, I bet it's the same crap we did with a little bit earlier. I bet we let our feet die. I bet we're late. I bet we don't get all the way over to it. Yep, our feet are pointed this way, and we're throwing this way. I wonder why we miss it on this side. I don't know. I don't know at all. All right, let's go to the next rep, 3rd and 10. We know how this one ends. We throw this one into an absolute crapshoot of a window and intercepted. Game over. Hey, great football game coming up this weekend, though. Great football game coming up this weekend between these two football teams. I think the best defense that plays the best wins that football game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hope you don't crush me too much in the comments. Love you. Bye.